Rosie here with a story and an invitation. So, how do I even start this? I guess the other day I was interacting with somebody that I really respect and admire, who is a very spiritual person and just really embraces her spiritual nature in a very out loud way. She just identifies as this kind of goddess and and just kind of puts herself out in that way. And she just talks, I don't know how to say, just like she holds nothing back in relation to her identity and what she talks about. She talks to people who just agree with her about it. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, why am I this, I don't know, why am I so kind of underground and down to earth, and why can't I be like Miss Goddess? And it just got me thinking about who we serve and who we are, and that amazing intersection, that perfect intersection between our nature and the needs of the world. And in that moment that our nature and our upbringing and our conditioning and all the havoc that it wreaked on us and the way in which it kind of formed our personality, both for good and ill, like the way that, when that rises up to meet a need in the world, then we kind of find our life's purpose. And I started to feel a little bit more appreciation for myself because I am, given my background, I'm pretty down to earth, even though I really get into spirituality. I think I'm very suited to working with pretty down to earth people that are either opening up to their spirituality or opening up to their creativity and wanting to blossom more, or people who've been really like in those super spiritual environments but have kind of made the mistake of bypassing some of the sort of more grounded things that people need to learn about being in a body with integrity and have, good relationships and good communication and some empathy for what it is to be in this physical, material, 3D world. And I don't know, I went through this whole process inside of myself where I sort of came to terms with that place that my life purpose just falls in the continuum or the huge spectrum that exists, right? Like from like the most material to the most out there spiritual. I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm like a bridge person. I'm in the middle. I help people who are too material to move over to the spirit realm, and I help people who are a little bit, floating out there in the spirituality realm, but not really so good at life here on earth. And relationships, I help like gently escort them back so that they can kind of address some of those pocket areas that they kind of left behind because they were uncomfortable, those wounds that often, when we really lean into them and work through them, our experience of spirit and creativity is so much more satisfying. So anyway, I just thought I would share that story with you and extend this invitation to you to really start thinking about your life purpose in this context of where a need in the world meets your personality and your particular gifts and your particular wounds and what you've learned through having those kinds of wounds, right? Because that's where we get our compassion, that's where we get our insight, because we've had certain areas of suffering that become potentially areas of great expertise. And like, how can you find a way to really like appreciate that beautiful synthesis that you are? Because maybe there are people who are doing things that impress you and you kind of wish, oh, why isn't that my life purpose? But my guess is that whatever your life purpose is and whatever group of people that you're here to serve, however that happens, it doesn't even mean you have to be like a counselor or anything like that. Chances are you're on the right track.